Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you watched the last one, you saw that we put fluids in the transmission transfer case and motor. We tried to bump the motor over with the spark plugs out so it wouldn't fire up, just wanted to turn it over and see how it went. Well, it didn't go well. We bumped it and it didn't move. It tried a little bit, but just was kind of locked up. So it was a fresh rebuild. It isn't seized up from sitting outdoors or anything. It was a fresh rebuild, but it sat there partially disassembled for several years. But since we bumped it and it bound up, we're going to pull the starter. Jeremy, you saw at the beginning, Jeremy was taking the starter off just to get release pressure off of that. And we're going to dig into it and see if we can figure out why it won't turn. Okay, we got the motor moving again, and we think that maybe one more night, for some reason, one more night of the oil being in the head, in the cylinder tops, may have gotten down and around them rings and broke them loose. That, and Jeremy tried to turn it, and at first it was turning a little stiff, but now you can see it's turning the engine pretty good. So just moving it to get them pistons going up and down with no compression on it, and let that oil move a little, what little is in there from the fogging oil. So we're gonna see. We definitely need the we thought maybe the transmission was seized up, but everything's moving, so we're gonna get those covered back up again, so if we do bump it, it ain't gonna fling oil. And stick around, we'll see what we're gonna do next here. That's progress. So Jeremy was able to get the engine to move, to rotate. We got more oil down in the on top of the pistons and the spark plug holes, and he kept turning it and it started moving a little bit better as he went. So we got everything back together. We had taken apart to troubleshoot, and we're gonna give it another bump and see what she does. Alright, I'll get a trickle charger on this to keep it going. We'll get set up for fuel. See if we can get this baby to fire up tonight. Okay, so what you missed. We took the viewport, basically, I don't know what you call it, but off the front of the flywheel cover. So we could see in there, we looked at the manual and online too, and found, I remember that there was timing marks and you could see them in there, but I couldn't remember much about them. So we looked it up, we uncovered it, we got it turned around to where the timing marks were lined up, and I'll put the camera down and show you a little bit if I can. But we were 180 off, and we're trying to adjust the distributor, and then Jeremy remembered that it's on the exhaust stroke, and we want it on the intake stroke, top dead center. So we put a wrench on the crankshaft and spun it around until we got to the top dead center again, and then the distributor, the rotor cap, is exactly where we want it. So I'll give you a quick peek down there, and then we're gonna get ready to try to get some fuel to it and see if we can fire it up. Don't know if you can see that or not, but the top dead center line down there is what you're looking for. Alright, we're gonna slap the battery cables back on it. I poured a little bit of fuel in the carburetor already. Jeremy's gonna do the honors over there. Like I said, I'll get the battery cables on, and then we're gonna see if we can't get the baby to fire up.
Ignition. Run away. There you go. Alright, I'll use the switch over here then.
Yep, we're gonna test this push button over there because we haven't not used that before.
We got fire. That does work. Just pour a little bit in. Okay.
You ready?
Yep. A little bit of an exhaust leak.
Okay, it is now. Ready?
Yep.
We need more fuel?
Yeah, toss a tiny bit in there. Or I love starting fluid. We might switch to brake fluid. Get brake cleaner.
Alright, we needed more juice, so we brought the Jeep in and got the jump cables hooked up, so. You ready?
Yep. Bring it back a little bit. Go ahead. Some fuel. Still no fuel out of the bowl yet. Go ahead. Fuel in. Back to the middle again. Go ahead. Fuel. What's that?
Fuel.
Yeah. Can't be burning it that much. It's like corn oil. Starter might be heating up. Alright, we're close. Choke.
Alright, we're going to give her one more try, then we're going to call it a night and come back, let that starter cool off, and come back a little more prepared for another try, another night. You ready?
Yep.
You forgot to get the key off the whole time.
Keep going. That's that. Try once more. Yep, she'll be ready.
She's wanting to
So,
go.
yep.
I'll turn that key off.
Yep. That's a good place to stop.
Alright, it's getting late and just didn't get it to fire up. We were hoping to start it tonight. You know, obviously I'm excited about getting it going, but showed good signs. Excuse me. Showed good signs. We got her to turn over and fire a little bit, but just didn't get her start up. So we're going to call it a night. We'll get back out here next Tuesday a little more prepared for this next step and see if we can get her running next week. Thanks for watching.